The leaf is a lateral and generally flattened structure borne on stem. It develops at node and bears a bud in its axil. The axillary bud later develops into a branch. Leaves are originated from a shoot apical meristems and arranged in an acropetal order. They are most important vegetative organs for photosynthesis. A typical leaf consists of three main parts: leaf base, petiole, and a lamina. The leaf is attached to the stem by leaf base. Okay, it is attached by leaf base. Here, axillary bud later develops into a branch, and leaves are originated from shoot apical meristems and arranged in acropetal manner. Important vegetative organ for photosynthesis. Three main parts: leaf base, petiole, lamina. Leaf is attached to the stem with the help of leaf base. Next, may bear two lateral small leafy like structures called stipules. You can see here this one. Okay. Next, in monocotyledons, the leaf base extends into sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. In some leguminous plants, the leaf base may become swollen, and which are called pulvinous. The petiole helps hold the blade to light. Long, thin, flexible petioles allow leaf blades to flutter in wind, thereby cooling the leaf and bringing the fresh air to the leaf surface. The lamina or a leaf blade is a green expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. There is usually a middle prominent vein which is known as a midrib. Veins provide rigidity to the leaf blade and acts as a channel of transport for water and minerals and food materials. The shape, margin, apex, surface and extent of incision of lamina varies in different leaves. Here we can see the a leaf. These are stipules, and this one is known as petiole, and this is leaf base where the leaf is originated, and an axillary bud also present here. Here we can see this as a midrib, and these are veins, and this is the lamina. It is also known as leaf blade. Okay, these will be attached to the axillary bud, originated at axillary bud with the help of leaf base attached to it, and a petiole and a stipules, and this is the main vein or midrib. You can see here this is an example of pulvinous leaf base. Okay, example in legume plants. In legumes, the leaf base may become swollen. Venation. The arrangements of veins and veinlets in the lamina of leaf is termed as venation. When the veinlets form a network, the venation is termed as reticulate. When the vein runs parallel to each other within a lamina, the venation is termed as a parallel. Leaves of dicotyledous plants are generally possess reticulate venation, while parallel venation is characterized of most of the monocotyledons. Yeah, very much simple. There is two plants as we know, dicot and monocot. Okay, monocot. Dicot is represented as reticulate venation, while monocot is parallel venation. How to observe it? How to differentiate both the reticulate and the parallel one? Here, in reticulate, the veinlets, okay, the veinlets form a network. Okay, this formation of a network. But while coming to the parallel one, and the veins are runs parallel to the midrib. Okay, here you can see But in this case, they forms a network here, they just runs parallel. So we determinize as a reticulate venation and parallel venation. Types of leaves. A leaf is said to be simple when its lamina is entire or when incised. The incisions do not touch the midrib. When incisions of the lamina reach up to the midrib, breaking into number of leaflets and the leaves is called compound. A bud is present in the axil of petiole in both simple and compound leaves, but not in the axil of leaflets of compound leaf. Okay. The bud is present in axil of petiole in both simple and compound leaves, but not in the axil of leaflets. Okay. You should aware of this axil of petiole and axil of leaflets. Maybe asked in statement type, you may get confused with this. The compound leaves may be two types. In a pinnately compound leaf, a number of leaflets present on a common axis, the rachis. Here you can see this pinnately compound leaf. The number of leaflets are present on a common axis here. Okay. Next, which represents the midrib of the leaf as in the neem. The pinnately compound example is neem. Okay. And here number of leaflets are present on a common axis, represents the midrib of the leaf. Okay. Next, palmately compound leaves. The leaflets are attached at a common point. At a single point, the many leaves has been originated, as at the tip of a petiole. Example is silk cotton. You can see here at single tip there are many leaflets, many leaves has been erased. Okay. So the main example is pinnately compound, the example is neem plant. Palmately compound, the example is silk cotton. Okay. Neem, silk cotton. Remember the examples. The examples are the most important ones. Next, phyllotaxy. It is a pattern of arrangement of leaves on a stem or a branch. These usually three types. One is alternate, opposite and whorled. Which is alternate, opposite and whorled. In alternate type of phyllotaxy, a single leaf arises at each node. At each node, each leaf in alternate manner. Means there is no opposite, in alternate manner. Here you can see this. Example is China rose. This is the type of alternate phyllotaxy. You can see each node, each leaf in alternate. Okay. Next, and the example is China rose, mustard and sunflower. Okay. And in opposite type, a pair of leaves arises at each node and like opposite to each other. Example is calotropis and guava. You can see here at each node there are two leaves opposite to each other. This is a node, two leaves are originated here. Okay. Example guava, calotropis. Next, whorled. And if more than two leaves arises at a node and form a whorl, it is known as whorled. Allostonia is an example. You can see at a node more than two or more leaves has been arised. Example is allostonia. Okay. Modification of leaves. Leaves are often modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis. Okay. They can perform functions other than photosynthesis also. They are converted into tendrils for climbing. For climbing purpose, they can convert it into tendrils. Okay. As we can example is pea plant are into spines for defense purpose in cacti. Okay. For climbing purpose in pea plant, they become tendrils, leaf tendrils. For protection purpose, they become spines in cacti. Okay. Next, the fleshy leaves of onion and garlic stores food. In some plants such as Australian acacia, the leaves are small and short-lived. The petioles in these plants are expanded, become green and synthesize their food. Leaves of certain insectivorous plants such as picture plant and Venus stripe plant are also comes under say modified leaves. Here, first the leaves are modified into tendrils, example in pea plant for climbing purpose, and here into spines, leaves are into spines in cactus for protection. Next, these leaves are modified to store food storage. Here example is onion and garlic, and even other protection purposes insectivorous plants. Here insectivorous plants such as picture plant and Venus flytrap also modified leaves. And in some plants such as Australian acacia, the leaves are small and short lived. Okay, the petiole in Australian acacia, the petioles of these plants are expanded, become green and synthesize their food. Next,